thought I'd make a quick video on lighting options for the newer mold on these Douglas Dynamics group of poly hopper spreaders. This one's a Western Tornado, exact same thing as Fisher poly CASTER. I'm sure there's probably several others, Snow X maybe or whatever. And as far as I know, I don't know if it's changed, but I think these came out in about 2019, and Fisher Western hasn't updated their kits for the lighting, so the brackets don't work with the shape of all this stuff here. So I had a light here mounted originally. It was a Lifetime LED brand light, and it did last the lifetime of a Mosquito. So I got rid of that junk, and I don't think you should want to mount any lights here unless it's, you know, flush or a little recessed. I'd say even recessed, because if you store this thing the way it's meant to be, standing up, you know, off season, this shit's gonna get in your way. So I made a little, took some aluminum, you know, flat aluminum piece that you buy at any hardware store or whatever, and I just made little mounting things, and rather than re-drilling a hole for the wire and then having to seal it because shit can get down there, I just used my old hole. And then LEDs, I just upgraded. I just installed that one. I'm waiting for the other one. But I was running the TIR, which works great, but not visible from the back, and I don't want to mount any in the back because it's really obnoxious for the people driving behind you. So what I did was went with this here. It's arched, and this is a linear. It's a more expensive light, but it's a much brighter and better light. All the stuff back here is controlled by the Western or Fisher controller up front. And the wiring, the module, everything is in here, and they supply little pigtails, and those control the ground side of whatever relay you install in there to run the lights. You know, a lot of stuff is 12 volt triggered for the relay, but on these things it's negative. That way, when the stuff is hooked up properly, when you turn the key on, the little name of each function, see at the top, stays lit. It's like I don't have pre-wet, right? So I have strobe, I have light, I have vibrate. And then when you light it up, strobe, and you come back in, like the vibrator. But you can see this light's much brighter than the old one. And you can see it from the rear. It sticks out like 3/4 of an inch. That's a linear versus TIR. You don't see it whatsoever. It's still a good light from the side. Cheaper alternative. There's a switch back here for these accessory lights. Quick little addition to this Western Tornado Fisher Polycaster. So the spinner is driven by a cog belt, right? And I spin. You know, cog belts by design are noisy. They trap a lot of air between the cogs and the teeth. But I can tell this is not happy. I got a lot of experience with supercharged cars and belt issues and shit like that. But if you take a look on the tensioner, the black plastic pulley right there, back there, you can't see it this with the camera angle, but it's riding just above the shoulder, which is fine. But here on the big driven pulley, it's riding right at the top of the sheave, right at the top. And as I rotate this, I can't hold it, my flashlight, but if you look at where the belt gets onto the pulley, the big pulley, she's not happy. She's not See how the belt wants to ride on top of the shoulder of the pulley? What that does right there causes all kinds of heat, deteriorates the belt, the cords in there. Luckily, this is not a necessarily, you know, a high temperature thing. I guess if you're doing big lots all day long and this thing doesn't cool down, but I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm gonna have to either drive the driven down, not down, drive the driven up, or bring that one down. And I'm not sure if it's just a square on the shaft. It looks like it's just a set screw. See the set screws right there. But this is not something you want to let just go, because these freaking belts are expensive and downtime is expensive. And guess what? They don't fucking break on you when it's goddamn 90 degrees and your feet are in the sand on the beach in the summertime. That's for sure. So take a look at yours. This is some shoddy fucking engineering, or execution anyway. Okay, after playing around, I was able to take some of the S out of this bar here. Basically the head of the pulley, the bolt that goes through the pulley, the head's pretty much touching that bottom plate. So now it's not quiet, that is. Before. There's my wireless camera set up. There's the transmitter. We got heat shrink over the connections of the power and the video. All the way up there. And the power cable, so I can take the spinner off, is just a weather pack connector I pinned up. And it just come out of the stake pocket here. Simple as that. Just finished putting a new backup camera. That's my old one. I haven't taken it off yet, but that thing's been on a few different things. Put a license plate style one right here. High definition. Aim it down pretty good. And it's all wireless, so the only thing is the power wire. Everything is on the inside of the spinner housing. Comes down. I pinned a weather pack connector, so just got to disconnect that, pull that pin, pull this pin, pull the spinner wiring. Should come right off. There's even a little switch on the camera wiring for like the backup lines. I'm not sure how much I like that. I left it on. Try it out. There you have it.